मृग गिरिधारी श्री श्री राधा विनोद बिहारी जू की जय। श्री गोविंद गोपीनाथ मदन मोहन जू की जय। नित्याल्प विष्णु विष्णुपाद अष्टोत्तर शत शिशिमार भक्ति वेदांत नारायण गोसाई महाराज श्री गुरुदेव की जय। नित्याल्प विष्णु विष्णुपाद अष्टोत्तर शत शिशिमार भक्ति वेदांत वामन गोसाई महाराज की जय। नित्याल्प विष्णु विष्णुपाद अष्टोत्तर शत शिशिमार भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी महाराज श्री प्रभुपाद की जय। नित्याल्प विष्णु विष्णुपाद अष्टोत्तर शत शिशिमार भक्ति प्रज्ञान केशव गोसाई महाराज की जय। नित्याल्प विष्णु विष्णुपाद अष्टोत्तर शत शिशिमार भक्ति सिद्धांत सरस्वती गोसाई प्रभुपाद की जय। नित्याल्प विष्णु महाभगवत श्री गोरक्षदास बाबाजी महाराज की जय। नित्याल्प विष्णु श्री सच्चिदानंद भक्ति विनोद ठाकुर की जय। नित्याल्प विष्णु वैष्णव सार्वभौम श्री जगन्नाथ दास बाबाजी महाराज की जय। श्री रूपानु कोडिया गुरु वर्ग की जय। श्री रूप सनातन भट्ट रघुनाथ श्री जीव गोपाल भट्टदास रघुनाथ शारद गोसाई प्रभु की जय। श्री स्वरूप दामोदर राय रामानंदारी श्री गौर पार्षद वृंद की जय। नाम जय श्री हरिदास ठाकुर की जय। प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासरी गौर भक्त वृंद की जय। श्री क्षेत्र मंडल गौर मंडल व्रज मंडल श्री क्षेत्र मंडल गौर मंडल व्रज मंडल मथुरा वृंदावन धाम की जय। सर्व अभिष्ट प्रदाता गिरिराज महाराज की जय। श्री राधा कुंड श्याम कुंड की जय। श्री मुन देवी गंग देवी की जय। श्री तुलसी महारानी वृंद देवी की जय। जय श्री हरिनाम संकीर्तन की जय। जय नित्याल्प विश्व शिष्यमान श्रील भक्ति रक्षक श्रीधर गोसाई महाराज की जय। गीतामृतम की जय। जय श्री हरिनाम श्री कृष्ण अर्जुन की जय। श्रीमद् Bhagavad-gītā की जय। All the commentaries of all of our acharyas की जय। श्री हरिनाम संकीर्तन की जय। अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय। समागत गौर भक्त वृंद की जय। श्री निताय गौर प्रेमानंदे हरि हरि बोल। Hare Krishna. Okay, so we'll do a short Mangalacharan and then begin. Ajnanaतिमिरन्दस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः। गुरुवे गौरचन्द्राय राधिकाय तदालये कृष्णाय कृष्णभक्ताय तद्भक्ताय नमो नमः। वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। नमो महावदन्याय कृष्णप्रेमप्रदायते कृष्णाय कृष्णचैतन्य नाम्ने गौरत्विषे नमः। हे कृष्ण करुणा सिन्धो दीनबन्धो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कान्त राधाकान्त नमोस्तुते। तप्त काञ्चन गौराङ्गी राधे वृन्दावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। वृन्दाय तुलसीदेवाय प्रियाय केशवस्य च कृष्णभक्तिप्रददेवी सत्यवताय नमो नमः। भज श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासरि गौर भक्त वृंद। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। Hare Krishna. Dandavad pranams. Rukmini Didi, Nitai Mukeshji, Nri Hari Babu, and Bhavatarani Mataji. And let's see on YouTube and Facebook. Are there any comments there yet? I don't see any comments, so I don't know who's there. But I see there are some devotees, so pranams to whoever you are. I'm guessing Raseshwari Mataji and Indira Mataji are there. And also pranams to all the devotees watching in the future, like Shachi Devi, Jaidev Prabhu, Krishna Rose, Ananda Pradayini, Vrinda Didi, and everybody else. Haribol. So we are continuing our reading after a few days of this beautiful book, Śrī Gītāmṛtam, by Śrīla Bhakti Rakṣaka Śrīdhara Gosvāmī. I just bought this the other day in Vrindavan. It's very beautifully put together. I'm just talking about the aesthetics of the book, gold pages, and yeah, it's a really nice book. And like the inside's really beautiful. Everything's like very tastefully done. All the chapter pages. Anyhow, in Vrindavan they're selling this for 450 rupees. But yeah, it's really nice. All right, so I'm very spaced out right now because I was sick. So if I'm, just explaining why I might seem a little out of it today. Haribol Champak Mataji. Let's recite the what is it? Here's the the pranam mantra for Bhagavad-gītā. Sarva. This one at the top. What we're gonna do? That's not letting me scroll up. That's so weird. Oh, there. Okay. Sarvo panishtado gavo. Dogda Gopalanandana Partho Vatsa Sudhir Bhokta Dugdam Gītāmṛtam Mahat. The crest jewels of the Vedas, all the Upanishads, are as the cow, and the milker of the cow is Lord Śrī Kṛṣṇa, the son of Nanda Maharaj. Arjuna is the calf. The nectar of the Gita is the milk, and the fortunate devotees are the enjoyers of that milk. One second, I just need to clear my throat. Let me shut off the mic for that. Just 1 second. Sorry about that. Alright, so let's continue on. Maybe let's recite Śrīla Bhakti Pramod Puri Goswami Maharaj's Pranam Mantra. Then we can begin. What number? We're on 20th, okay. Did I unmute myself? Yes, I did, okay. Devam devyatanam suchanda vadanam palarkache lanchitam Sandrananda Purang Sareka Varanam Vairagya Vidyam Buddhim Shri Siddhanta Nidhim Subhakti Lasitam Sarasvatanam Varam Vande Tam Shubhadam Areka Sharanam Nyasishwaram Śrīdharam Vande Shri Guru Gaurango Radha Govinda Sundaro Sagano Giyate Chata Gita Gurartha Gauravam. So Śrīla Goswami Maharaj, he writes, offering obeisance to Shri Guru Gauranga, Radha Govinda Sundar, and their associates, I sing the glories of the hidden treasure of the Bhagavad-gītā. Right, so let's begin now. I think today we're going over the Chatushloki, 4 seed verses, 4 essential verses of the Bhagavad-gītā. Bhagavad-gītā, 10:8. Aham sarvasva prapavo matta sarvam pravartate iti matva bhajante mam buddha bhava samanvita. I am the source of everything. All things emanate from me. Understanding this, the wise who are endowed with love worship me with all their heart. Illumination by Śrīla Bhakti Rakṣaka Śrīdhara Mahārāja. Just as in the Bhagavatam, there is the Chatushloki, the 4 essential shlokas, so there is also Chatushloki in the Bhagavad-gītā, which contains the very gist, the substance of the whole ontological region. This starts with Aham Sarvasva Prapavo. I have given some new light on some verses in Bhagavad-gītā that was not found previously. On the basis of that, I took a step further to find Madhurya Ras in Bhagavad-gītā, and even Parakya Ras. I asked Swami Maharaj, that's A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, in this place in the Gita, I've given an interpretation in this line. What do you think? He said, what other interpretation may come after this? What you have done, it is all right. He agreed and supported me, although this was my conception. Here there is a hint of Radha Dasyam. In my book Prapanna Jīvanamrita, I explained this verse, Aham Sarvasva Prabhavo, as servitorship to Radharani. Krishna is telling that everything has been introduced by him. Even service to him has also been introduced by himself. This has been introduced by my potency, which is non-different from me. With that conception, if we try to serve Krishna, then that service is through submission to the spiritual master following Radharani. A remote connection has been given in Bhagavad-gītā. Aham sarvasva prabhavo. I am the cause of everything. Everything comes from me. Matta sarvam pravartate. And everything is coming out of me. Even that search for me also comes from me. Worship of me is coming from me. I am worshipping myself, and I am showing it to you all. That is Guru. That is Radha Dasyam. We cannot worship him. We cannot serve him. The Guru can serve him properly, none else. With this idea, we have to follow the footsteps of the Guru forever. Acharya mam vijaniyat. You should know your Guru as one with me, because without me, none can give me. Yam evaisha vrinute tena labhya. None can give me, but only I myself can give me. That right is reserved there. Only he can give himself. He is showing the way how to get him, and as Guru, he comes to show that. It is achintya bheda bhed. Krishna bhakti janma mool hoy sadhu sangha. Krishna prema janme teho puna mukhya anga. The fundamental cause of Krishna bhakti is sadhu sangha. Even after Krishna prema manifests, this is still the main principle. This is from Madhya Lila of Chaitanya Charitamrita 22:83. So even after Krishna prema janme, even after Krishna prema is taken birth within your heart, you have Krishna prema now, still Puna Mukhya Anga is still the Mukhya Anga, is still the main limb, the main principle. Krishna, Sadhu Sangha. It's not like at some stage, once you've attained such a high realization, now you don't need sadhu sangha anymore. You just need it to get to that stage. No, even in perfection, sadhu sangha is essential. The very origin of devotion is the company of the saint. And even when we attain devotion, there also his position is between me and the Lord. We will never come in direct connection with Krishna, but some mediator, some helper is there to show me that. This is Radha Dasyam. What is that? What is the song? Yugala Premera Guru Taranuga Hoye Sevi Poradhara Charana Kalapataru. Yes, Saki Gana Mama Parama Surit Yugala Premera Guru Taranuga Hoye Sevi Poradhara Charana Kalapataru. So Śrīla Bhakti Rakṣaka, he also says there, I think, what song is that? I think that's Vishnupanu Sutta. The Sakis, they are my Paramasuhrit, they are my dearmost friends, the closest friends to my heart. And they are the Yugala Premera Guru. They are the gurus in regards to the prem between the divine couple, Yugal Kishore. So Tar Anuga Hoye Sevi Bhoradhara. Only under their guidance I will serve Srimati Radhika, whose Charana Kalapataru, whose feet are like wish-fulfilling vines. So, we should not approach directly to serve him. We shall stand behind Radha. Radharani is serving, and I am helping Radharani to serve him in the fullest sense. In her party, there are so many positions of service being distributed, and everywhere we must have someone between us and the Lord. The whole negative side, the serving side, is represented by Radharani wholesale, including all of us. We are to stand behind her, to help her, so that she will serve him. Haribol Anadi Krishna Prabhu. And who else is there? Oh, and Nandanandan Prabhu. Haribol. Itti matva bhajante mam. The worshippers will come to worship me with this, Krishna is saying, the worshippers will come to worship me with this understanding that I have taken that Radha Dasyam, which is the highest goal of the Rupanugas, the Gaudiya Sampradaya. I am setting the example, the method of worship to attract them, with this idea that it is my finest potency that worships me. One will come to worship me, but always under the direction of my first-class worshipper, and not as a direct worshipper. They will always be under the direction of my representation, my finest Shakti, Radharani or Gurudev. Buddha Bhava Samanvita. Buddha means Sumedasa, fine intellect. In Bhagavatam, it is said that those of fine theistic intellect will be able to appreciate this. Bhava Samanvita means Raga Samanvita, Anurag, love. An affinity, not strictly by following the Shastric rules, but bhav, from inner inspiration. That is Raga Marg. That is the path of spontaneous love. Wow. Such a... I can't get a more exalted explanation than that. Okay, so now the 21st drop of nectar. This is the next verse in the Chatushloki of Srimad Bhagavad-gītā. Madchitta madgata prana bodhayanta parasparam katayantaschamang nityang tushyanti charamanti cha. Param Gurudev also explains this verse in a really rasik way. Tushyanti charamanti cha. Those who are always thinking of me who have dedicated their lives to me, enlighten each other, and feel great satisfaction and joy by always speaking about me. Illumination by Śrīla Bhakti Rakṣaka Śrīdhara Mahārāja. The sadhu and guru are always a happy necessity in our life. I shall sail alone. This is not the conception in any place or at any stage, that I shall sail alone. No. We have to move always with higher association. That association also comes to me as an audience. Our Guru Maharaj said that they are also Guru. The listeners are coming to us as Guru to engage me, to take my consciousness to the higher standard. Gradually, we shall have to feel that it is arranged by him. And through this, he is extending his gracious temperament to me. That's Śrī Kṛṣṇa, right? It's capitalized here. That me should be lowercase though. He is sending so many. Krishna is sending so many. Talk about Krishna and nothing else. Engage yourself intensively. They have come to engage you intensively in my talks. That is Ishta Goshti. Ishta means desirable company, and Goshti means a combination. This is a necessary part of devotion. When Bhav Bhakti appears, automatically these things will come. If a sadhu, out of his own accord, spontaneously expresses so many qualities of Krishna, and we do away with that, this will be suicidal. Let's read that again, that's important. If a sadhu out of his own accord spontaneously expresses so many qualities of Krishna and we do away with that, this will be suicidal. Oh, the good qualities of Krishna are being explained through this agent. I must try to give my ear. Otherwise, why has the ear been created? It is created only to receive his teachings. The brain has been created only to receive his tidings. They must all have fulfillment. I really love that. When Hari Katha is going on, especially when a pure devotee is speaking the glories of Krishna, then we have to understand that this is why my ears were created. And my brain, it's only created so I can receive this, what he's giving me. There's no other purpose for the ears. They must all have their fulfillment. So yeah, this is my chance to fulfill my ears anytime there's pure Harikatha going on. When Bhav Bhakti awakens in one's heart, then all these expressions will come out in the devotee. Krishna Katha. Why is the Bhagavat there? Why is the ether there? There are so many gradations. What is Maya? What is Surup Shakti? What is real knowledge? What is apparent, misconceived knowledge? We are to know all these things to a certain extent, and we are to avoid the undesirable. The Lord himself says in Bhagavad-gītā, much chitta, their consciousness, their heart, their feeling, the abode of sentiment is controlled by my presence. Their whole attention is absorbed in me. Mat-gata prana. Then it comes out from the heart through the consciousness, the intellect. It inundates everything. My conception is commanding them. Their whole energy is also utilized for me. Their prana shakti, their life force, is fully devoted to my cause. Bodhayanta parasparam. When my devotees talk amongst their own intimate circle, with their nearest and dearest, they talk about me. One is helping another to understand me. I am the object of their talking, their eating, their play. Whatever they do, they mix with me. Then Katayantash Chamam Nityam. They always go on talking about me. They have found a miracle in their lives. They have found the most precious jewel, talking higher and higher, deeper and deeper about me. They become filled with ecstasy of the very sweetest type. I talk only about them, and they talk only about me. This Harikatha is like food. They talk about me, and they feel enjoyment as if they're eating some delicious food. Tushyanti cha ramanti cha. Thereby, they feel tushyanti, pleasure, satisfaction, right? When one takes sweet food, it satisfies. Talking about me, they feel such pleasure, ecstasy, joy, happiness. Even in Vatsalya Ras, they are feeling santosh, they are feeling contentment. Ramanti, sometimes they feel such satisfaction when talking about me. They can gather some sweetness, but it is different. Discussions about me are of a very, very desirable type, all comprehensive, just as a wife and a husband enjoy a particular connection. So also, my devotees feel such a type of ecstasy in my connection when talking about me. Because we know that word Ramana, right? Srivas was thinking that, I remember Srivas mentioning that he thinks that the word, this is just a speculation, but that the word romance comes from Raman, because it has, has all the same letters except for the last letters are CE, right? So Ramana, romance, possibly. But just as a wife and husband enjoy a particular connection, so my devotees also feel such a type of ecstasy in my connection when talking about me. Even Shankaracharya says in his interpretation, Shankaracharya, he's saying, Yuvatinam yata yuni yunang cha yuvato yata mano bhiramate tadvan mano me ramatam tvai. Just as the mind of a young girl takes pleasure in thinking of a young boy, and a young boy takes pleasure in thinking of a young girl, my mind take pleasure in you. It's very similar to that verse I really love, Vishaya Jai Priti Ebe Achaya Amar She Mata Priti Hok Charane Tomar. This prayer is found in the Archana Kana, the manual on deity worship. The servitor is praying to the Lord while performing worship. He says, just as a young man's mind is captured by a young lady, and a young lady's mind is captured by a young man, so in that way, I pray you capture me wholesale. That is the prayer of the servitor of the Lord. Capture me wholesale. Every atom in my life, every nerve in my body, surcharged with your thoughts, your love, and your activities. This should be our prayer, to be captivated by the absolute Lord of love to every inch of our existence. 22nd drop of nectar. This is the third verse in the Chatushloki. Śrīla Gosvāmī just, oh my god. Okay. Tesham satatayuptanam bhajatang prittipurvakam dadami buddhiyogam tang yena mam upayanti te. To those who are constantly devoted to me and worship me with love, I continue to bestow upon them devotional inspiration by which they may come to me. Illumination. In this verse, the Lord says, the highest group of my servitors, whose sentiment was described in the previous verse by the word Ramanti, are those who are constantly engaged, satata yukta, in my service, in consorthood, in madhurya ras, with heartfelt love, bhajatang priti purvakam. Then he says that he will give them further inspiration or inner instruction by which they can come to him. Yena mam upayanti te. Already in this and in the previous verse, the devotee's service to the Lord has been described as eternal by the words nityam and satata yukta. So Lord Krishna's statement that he will give them further inspiration by which they can come to him appears to be redundant. Therefore, in the expression mam upayanti te, they will come to me, the word upayanti must be defined as parakiya bhavena, or upapati. Pati means husband, and upapati means paramour. For those who have already come into divine relationship with me as my wife, Ramanti, I give them the special inspiration to come to me as a paramour, as an upapati. In Vrindavan, Lord Krishna is not considered a lawful husband, but he is the Lord of the heart, transcendental even to the husband. So, parakiya ras. Deceiving their husbands, the gopis of Vrindavan unite with Krishna. They do not allow a second party to come between them, to come between them and Krishna. They don't allow a second party to come between them and Krishna. They cannot allow the interception of even scriptural regulation and social law, because Krishna's position is absolute, and such a relationship is more relishable to him. This is Vrindavan Bhajan, and this is the meaning of upapati. My relationship with them is independent of everything conceivable. It crosses law, society, scripture, everything. It is the most innate and natural. It does not require any social or scriptural sanction. I say to them, you may show formal respect to all these restrictions and live in the society, but from the heart of your heart, you are mine. This is a special inspiration and insight I give to those devotees. Yena mam upayanti te. For these persons, I give the inspiration that they may follow the path of the gopis of Vrindavan, who risk everything only to get my company, which is considered both unholy and holy. They have severed their connections from everything and have desperately thrown themselves at me. I ask these people to follow in the footsteps of the gopis. That is the highest attainment, without caring for anything good or bad. Exclusive attention in my service is the highest type of devotion. To give me, to catch me. By this type of devotion, I am caught in their fist. Sajjana Arya Patam. They risk everything, good or bad, even the divine advice which is given by me for a particular section on the lower level. Externally, there are social and scriptural demands, but my position is over and above them. The Vedas are my instruction for the benefit of the masses who have deviated from me, and the society is also under the jurisdiction of those general instructions given to the public by me. But my divine relationship with everything is intrinsic and independent. It does not require recognition from anyone. Such a relationship is the highest. It is constant. It supersedes all law and society which are guided by the Vedas. Rather, all the Vedas are searching for such a thing. Shrutibir vimrigyam. Vishesh mrigya. The Vedas are searching after this ideal divine position. In the section of the Srimad Bhagavatam which deals with Ras Lila, the Vedas are begging forgiveness. We are generally supposed to give tidings of you, but we could not describe you as we are now experiencing you here. Now we understand that we have committed an offense because we could not distribute this Ras Lila, this Vraja Lila to the people. Like signposts, all the revealed scriptures are only showing the direction. But where? How? We don't know. Only in this direction he may be available. It's the Vedas. Anywhere and everywhere, everything belongs to him. For one who knows this, all possibilities of sensual pleasure and exploitation are uprooted. For example, an unmarried woman may have the possibility of being approached by many, but there's less possibility for those who are married, because they are possessed by someone. Similarly, when we are able to know that everything is only for the satisfaction of Krishna, then we shall realize that our exploiting tendencies have vanished forever. Nothing will remain to be utilized for the pleasure of our sensual experience. It will be deeply felt in our hearts that everything has its existence only for his satisfaction, and there is no room for any other exploitation. We are also included there. Our existence is also only for his satisfaction. Everything is meant for his divine pastimes, for his lila, and there's no possibility for any other's pastimes. All are included in that one lila. Encroachment will disappear when we learn the property utility of everything. He is the owner, and his ownership is absolute. The scriptures, society, and law designate, this is yours, that is another's, or that belongs to a third party. This is something like a temporary lease. But the permanent ownership is in all respects with him. All others, possessor and property, master and servant, these are all relative and only sanctioned by him for the time being. They are only sanctioned by him for the time being. The absolute owner, the absolute possessor and absolute enjoyer is he alone. When we arrive at such a conclusion, only then is complete purification of our hearts possible. Everyone is thinking of themselves as many masters of many things. But this is all heart disease. This is all hridrogam. This is all conceived in a diseased state of consciousness. In a healthy state, when the heart is quite wholesome, we can see the supreme whole, and we can see that everything is meant only for his satisfaction. Vikreditam vrajavadu biridam cha Vishnu Shraddhanvito nrishinuyad atavarna yedhya Bhakting parang bhagavati pratilabhya kamam Hridrogamashvapahino tachirena dhira. A self-controlled person who, having become endowed with sublime faith in the divine pastimes transcendently enjoyed by Lord Krishna with the gopis, like the Ras Lila, and who, having heard those divine pastimes from the lotus mouth of the bona fide Guru, continuously sings or narrates their glories, such a person swiftly achieves the most elevated form of pure devotion for the Lord, and is promptly able to ward off the heart disease of lust, hridrog, of kama. That's Srimad Bhagavatam 10:33-39. They must be heard with sublime faith. Shraddhanvito. That's the qualification that's needed. And it has to be heard from the mouth of a bona fide guru. Those are the two things. Okay. Shraddhanvita anushunuyad dhira. There are three qualifications. Dhira, I missed that one. Okay, so, and anushunayad, it must be heard constantly, right? Let's see. So, Shraddhanvita anushunayad dhira. These three qualifications are necessary to approach higher things. Shraddha, out of regard. Then, anushunayad, from a proper source. Okay, I didn't know that meaning of anushunayad. It means from a proper source. And through a proper source, you must come in contact with the higher substance. And then the third, dhira. You must have self-control and not be a slave of the senses. Okay. In his writings, Srila Jiva Goswami has laid stress on the word dhira, meaning self-controlled. To hear these elevated subjects, one must enter into the culture of self-control. Otherwise, he will be destroyed. Then such a careful approach will give you nectar. Naitat samachcharej jatu manasapi yanishvara vinashyatya charan modyad yatha rudro abdijang visham. One should never even think of imitating this behavior of the Supreme Lord and the gopis. If, out of gross foolishness, one tries to imitate the pastimes of the Lord, he will be utterly destroyed, just as if he tried to imitate Lord Shiva by drinking the poison, which arose from the ocean. At Srimad Bhagavatam 10:33-30. This is like completely directed towards the Prakrit Sahajas. Shiva drank poison, but that was ornamental to his throat. Otherwise, if anyone drinks poison without being Shiva, he is sure to die. Krishna Lila is nectar to the honest approacher, and the imitator is doomed by the same thing. The same law protects the honest and suppresses the dishonest. A proper approach will be like nectar, and by an improper approach, it will create fresh offenses and keep us down. Yeah, this is such an important principle. And also, Krishna's pastimes aren't meant for our entertainment. It's not like, we just want to hear a really juicy, sweet story. But we have to be hearing like that. We have to be hearing in a mood of service and control, sense control also. Not that I want to enjoy this like Krishna enjoys the pastimes. I want to enjoy hearing his leelas also like that. Okay, 23rd drop of nectar. Is this the last verse of Chatushloki? I think so. Yeah, this is the fourth one. Desham Evanukam. What time is it? Let me just check the time really quick. 7:50. Okay, so we'll finish after this. Desham Evanukam Paratam Aham Agyana Jangtamam Nashayam Yatma Bhavasto Jnana Deepena Bhasvata. Out of compassion for them, I appear in their hearts and destroy with the shining lamp of knowledge the darkness that is born from ignorance. Illumination by Śrīla Bhakti Rakṣaka Śrīdhara Mahārāja. Well, just one. Anyways, whatever. I don't want to go off topic. Let's continue. So, Illumination by Śrīla Bhakti Rakṣaka Śrīdhara Mahārāja. The general interpretation is always given for this verse. Out of compassion for them, I, situated within their hearts, dispel the darkness of ignorance with the radiance of knowledge. If we appreciate pure, non-calculative devotion, it's Jnana Shunya Bhakti, the Lord's statement here may again appear redundant and inconsistent. Those high devotees are already admitted to be performing continuous and unadulterated service. And even above that, they are situated in the plane of pure spontaneous and automatic. They are situated in the plane of pure love, spontaneous and automatic. Rag Marg. how can it be harmonized that the Lord will now, in the last stage, destroy their ignorance, which is born from misunderstanding, by giving them knowledge? Gyan is only a cover, a futile, finite conception of the infinite absolute. When they have achieved devotion devoid of the covering of knowledge, how will they again have to return to that knowledge? In his commentary, Śrīla Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur has mentioned that this knowledge is extraordinary, it's vilakshanam. But he did not enter into specific detail. To clarify this point, we have given the following explanation. Lamentation and delusion are generally known to be symptoms of the mode of ignorance. In Jnana Shunya Bhakti, the elevated devotees who take Krishna not as a supreme God, but as a friend, son, husband, or lover, will come to experience lamentation and delusion. But this is only an outward appearance of ignorance. In fact, it is the pain of divine separation. They lament, "Where have you gone?" In this verse, the Lord's statement, Tesham evanukampartam, generally means, fortunately for them, or to favor them. But it may also be interpreted, I want their favor. I aspire for the favor of those devotees of the highest order. The Lord also says in the Srimad Bhagavatam, Mai bhaktir hibhutanam amritatvaya kalpate dishtya yad asinmat sneho bhavatinam marapana. This is Bhagavad-gītā, Srimad Bhagavatam 10:82-44. Devotion to me is the only means for the living beings to attain eternal life. O gopis, by your good fortune, the only reason for getting my association is your love and affection for me. This is the general meaning. This is the general meaning. However, in Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita, Śrīla Krishnadas Kaviraj Gosvāmī has drawn out the inner meaning, which is just the opposite. So, this is the deeper meaning, the opposite, which is opposite. Through devotion, everyone wants me to help them attain the highest position of eternal benefit. And if they have a connection with me, they consider themselves fortunate. But I consider myself fortunate because I have come in touch with the valuable affection that I found in your hearts. By my fortune, I got your association. Therefore, here in Sri Gita, the Lord is saying, I hanker for the favor of that suicidal squad. Their sacrifice has no limit. They are ready to commit anything and everything for my satisfaction. I pray for their grace. They are so high, and they are so beloved by me, that I always think that I shall seek their kindness. They are so divine, so high, so pure, so selfless, so surrendering, so brave, so desperate. Tesham anuvakam paratam, being conquered by the love of those devotees. When I cannot tolerate their pain of separation, I at once come running to satisfy them, and I reveal to them with special light, special consciousness. I have returned to you. See me now. In Jnana Shunya Bhakti, one does not want knowledge or direct consciousness of me. They are absorbed in discharging their duty and do not care to know anything outside of that without rhyme or reason or explanation. They want nothing. I am indebted to such servitors. I think that I cannot clear the loan that I have to incur from their serving attitude. Whenever they are in a mood of separation, sometimes they faint. They are under the impression that I do not regard them. I am far away from them. I do not care for their convenience or inconvenience. At that time, I run to their help. Oh, I am here, my dear. As a son, a husband, or in any form they want me, I come to satisfy and pacify them, and to remove their present trouble. Jnanadipena, with powerful brilliance, I show them my presence when they are very much in need of me, and I relieve their pain of separation. Atma Bhavasta. He reveals himself according to his devotees' divine relationship with him, according to their ras. To a friend as a friend, to a mother as a child, to a wife as a husband, and to the sweethearts as a paramour. After Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu left home and accepted the renounced order of life, sannyas, Mother Shachi could not tolerate the deep separation, and she began to cry. Shachi Devi was preparing excellent dishes, offering them to the deity, and weeping. Where is my Nimai? He is very fond of these curries. These are Nimai's favorite dishes, and he is not here. Suddenly, Lord Chaitanya came and began to eat. Shachi Devi exclaimed, "Oh, Nimai is eating!" And for the time being, her separation was relieved. Moments later, she reconsidered. Did I see Nimai eating? But he is now a sannyasi in Jagannath Puri. So how could he have come here? Did I serve him? There must be a mistake. And then she examined the pots again to see if the food was there. Finding them empty, she began to conjecture whether a dog or some other animal had come and eaten it. But during that moment, Nimai had actually come, and Mother Shachi saw him in broad daylight. That illumination is transcendental, and not the knowledge that is generally known in our vocabulary. The acme of theism is Parakiya ras. Parakiya means another's. In every divine relationship, in every ras, the Lord captures all. In the whole of Vrindavan, where everyone follows the path of love, Rag Marg, this Parakiya ras is infused. So in the whole of Vrindavan, where everyone follows the path of love, of Rag Marg, this Parakiya ras is infused. The friends of Krishna sometimes say, some people say that Krishna is a resident of Mathura. They say he is the son of Vasudeva, and he will soon go to Mathura. They say he is not our friend. Oh, they say that he is not our friend. Will we really lose his company? Then how will we be able to live in this jungle and drive the cows? They experience this apprehension. We may lose him at any time. This intensifies their friendly service to him. Similarly, Mother Yashoda says, some say that Krishna is not my son, that he is Devaki's son. What is this? I won't admit this. He is my child. This idea enhances Yashoda's affection for Krishna. I may lose him? Then how shall I live? Therefore, the Parakiya ras stresses the rarity of Krishna's relationship, because the possibility of losing his company is always in the background. But the highest intensity of service is to be found in the Madhurya ras camp. In the other rasas, there is the idea of suspense that he may go away. But in the conjugal relationship, in the divine abode of Vrindavan, the consorts cross the direction of the scriptures and the society, which guide everyone to remain as husband and wife, Swakiya. Parakiya has been accepted in the science of devotion as the highest conception, above Swakiya, because social and scriptural sanction is generally a stale conception. Parakiya, or paramour relationship, is necessary to deceive those who claim ownership over another, such as a husband over the wife, or a parent over a child. In the normally accepted connection, Swakiya, the relationship is very cheap, but to cross the jurisdiction of the scriptures and society as a paramour means a greater risk, as if to commit sin. Thus, this relationship is very rare. and rarity enhances its intensity and value. The idea of deceiving the possessor to favor the non-possessor is a beautiful ornamental conception. Actually, in Krishna's case, there cannot be any state of paramourship, because in truth, he is the owner of everything. However, the divine arrangement is fashioned in this way to enhance the devotee's internal devotion for the Lord, just as food appears more tasteful when hunger is present. In the planets known as Vaikuntha, we're almost at the end. In the planets known as Vaikuntha, the nature of the worship of Lord Vishnu is gorgeous, majestic, reverential, and awe-inspiring. But above that, the highest conception of Godhead is just like a human in form and nature. It is stated in Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita in the teachings to Sanatana Gosvāmī. Krishna Jateka Khela Sarvotama Nara Lila Naravapo Tahara Swarupa Gopavesha Venokar Navakishor Natavara Naralilar Hoy Anuru Krishner Madhuru Shuno Sanatan Jerupera Ekakan Dubai Sab Tribhuvan Sarva Prani Kore Akarshan Sarva Prani Kore Akarshan. The highest of all of Krishna's pastimes are his human-like activities. His natural form is that of a human. In order to suitably perform his human-like play, he dresses like a cowherd, holds a flute in his hand, has blossoming youth, and is an expert dancer. Listen, O Sanatan, in regards to the sweet form of Krishna, even a fragment of that form is capable of flooding the three worlds and attracting all living beings. That's Chaitanya Charitamrita, Madhya Lila 21, verses 101 to 102. He is approachable by all. We can find God nearest of all in a human feature. It has been explained how Krishna's feature as a human is the highest nature of the Absolute, according to... It has been explained how Krishna's feature as a human is the highest nature of the Absolute, according to the calculation of ecstasy, ras, which is the common standard of measurement of the whole scope of the infinite. By the development of Shanta, Dasya, Sakya, Vatsalya, and Madhurya ras, and then Parakya, this is scientifically proved without whimsical or blind faith. If we follow the line of Rupanuga Bhajana, devotion following the standard of Śrīla Rupa Gosvāmī, which originates from Sri Chaitanya Dev, the scientific basis can be appreciated. The previous acharyas have left for us, step by step, how we can follow, conceive, and attain all these things. And that ends Śrīla Bhakti Rakṣaka Śrīdhara Gosvāmī Mahārāja's explanation of Chatushloki of Srimad Bhagavad-gītā. Tomorrow we will continue on reading from this 24th drop of nectar. So there's only a few verses left, 6 verses left, and then we'll complete this book. Wow. Amazing, huh? All right. So, all right. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Nitai Gaur Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol. Nitai Gaur Hari Bol, Nitai Gaur Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol. Nitai Gaur Hari Bol. Jai Shri Sachinandan Gaur Hari Ki Jai, Shri Shri Radha Binod Bihari Ju Ki Jai, Shri Govinda Gopinath Madan Mohan Ju Ki Jai, Jai Srila Gurudev Ki Jai, Jai Srila Param Gurudev Ki Jai, Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai, Shri Rupanuga Gauriya Guru Varga Ki Jai, Swapasha Shri Gaur Nityananda Prabhu Ki Jai, Shri Radha Krishna Gopa Gopi Gana Ki Jai, Shri Giriraj Maharaj Ki Jai, Shri Tulsi Maharani Vrinda Devi Ki Jai, Jai Shri Harinam Sankirtan Ki Jai, Jai Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda Ki Jai, Jai Srimad Bhagavad-gītā Ki Jai, Śrī Kṛṣṇa Arjuna Ki Jai, Jai Śrīla Bhakti Rakṣaka Śrīdhara Gosvāmī Mahārāja Ki Jai. His beautiful explanations of Srimad Bhagavad-gītā Ki Jai, especially this Gītāmṛtam Ki Jai, and all the commentaries by all of our acharyas Ki Jai, Shri Harinam Sankirtan Ki Jai, Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda Ki Jai, Samagata Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Ki Jai, Shri Nitai Gaur Premanande Hari Hari Bol. Vrindai Tulsi Devai Priyai Keshavashacha Krishna Bhakti Pradadevi Satyavatai Namo Namaha Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhu Pyaevacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. Dandavat pranams, dear devotees, Nri Hari Prabhu, Bhavatarani Mataji, Nanda Nandan Prabhu, Nitai Mukeshji, Champak Mataji, Anadi Krishna Prabhu, and Rukmini Didi left, and I'm just noticing this comment now that she said that we are all here with Nitai, Rup Manjari, and Rasaraj Prabhu. So, anyways, pranams to all of them, even though they're not hearing this. And also pranams to all devotees watching on YouTube and Facebook. Let's see who's there. No, Indira Mataji and Raseshwari Mataji are there, and Ganga Mataji, Vidyalala Sadidi, and all the devotees watching in the future, like Shachi Devi Jaydev Prabhu, Krishna Rose, Ananda Pradayani, Vrinda Didi, and everybody else. Dandavat pranams. Thank you so much for joining. And, thanks, Vidyalala Sadidi. Thank you. Yeah, I'm feeling much better now. Yeah, night before, day before yesterday at nighttime, I was really bad. But then in the morning, I started feeling better, and now I just need to get my strength back. But thank you. All right, see you all tomorrow. And today I'll find out if I get my visa or not. Because I submitted the application the day before my visa expired, which is just insane. And then yesterday I got a message from the FRO said that they're reviewing it. And usually when I get that email, they usually make their verdict the next day. So let's see. If they say I have to leave India, then I'll have to probably go to Nepal or something. But I think it's going to work out. I'll let you know what happens. All right, Hari Bol, everybody. Is there anything anybody wants to mention before we end the stream for today? All right, so see you all tomorrow. Isn't that just such a mind-blowing explanation, though, of Chatushloki? I've never heard any explanation like Bhagavad-gītā like this before. This is just only somebody on the level of Śrīla Bhakti Rakṣaka Śrīdhara Gosvāmī, a Rasik Vaishnava, perfected Vaishnava, could speak such a deep explanation of Bhagavad-gītā. It's just mind-blowing, really. Anyhow, so, yeah.